That Friday evening carried a weight I hadn't expected. Usually, by the time the weekend arrived, I was exhausted from the week's grind, craving nothing more than quiet relief. But that night, I'd been looking forward to something different. A simple dinner together, shared laughter, a chance to reconnect in the way we hadn't in weeks. Yet when I stepped into our home, a strange silence greeted me. The living room was empty, save for a small note left on the dining table. Out with friends tonight. Don't wait up. A sharp pang gripped my chest. This wasn't the first time she disappeared without notice, but the pattern had begun to weigh heavily on me. Lately, she seemed distant, absorbed in her phone. Her replies curt and clipped, consistently dodging any effort to spend time together. I tried calling her, but the phone rang unanswered. A moment later, my device vibrated with a text. Relax. I'm with my girls. Home late. Reading her words, a mix of frustration and hurt churned inside me. Jealousy was never part of my nature, but being pushed aside over and over, left in the shadows of her life, sparked a quiet rage. Over the past few weeks, I had begun to notice a routine. Every Friday night, she and her friends convened at the same upscale restaurant, indulging in lavish dinners and drinks, all conveniently paid with my credit card. That morning, a glimpse of the bank statement peeking from her purse confirmed the scale of these outings. It wasn't about the money, it was what those expenses represented. She relished the lifestyle my work provided, yet she rarely wanted to share it with me. The real sting lay in her detachment, the way she'd grown accustomed to luxury without acknowledging the effort behind it. When she mentioned yet another evening out that week, I forced a polite smile and said, "Enjoy yourself." But inside, a plan had already begun to form. Tonight, her sense of self-assurance would meet an unexpected obstacle. She would learn what independence truly felt like. Watching her leave, her favorite dress flowing with each confident step, heels clicking against the floor, I waited 10 minutes before taking action. With deliberate calm, I accessed my banking app and froze her credit card. I could already picture the moment her carefully maintained composure would falter when the reality of the situation hit. At the rooftop lounge she had chosen, the energy was electric. Glasses clinked, laughter bubbled through the air, and the scent of expensive perfumes hung in a sweet haze. Her friends enveloped her in greetings, their chatter animated. Stories exchanged with dramatic gestures, and snapshots captured for social media. This was her world, where charm and charisma ruled, and appearances were everything. She settled into a plush booth, flashing a polished smile, an unspoken declaration that she had control over everything. When the waiter approached, she handed him the card I had just deactivated, confident and serene. The first hint of trouble came with the gentle shake of his head. The card was declined. She tried again, hoping it was a simple error. But the result was the same. Her friend's conversation faltered. Glances exchanged, unease creeping into their expressions. "Is something wrong?" one finally asked, her voice laced with cautious concern. She forced a nod, but her fingers trembled as she swiped once more, desperate for a glitch in the system. The waiter returned, his expression apologetic but firm. "I'm afraid it's still not going through." Her carefully constructed mask cracked. Her friends exchanged awkward smiles, whispers passing between them as they tried to mask their curiosity. Her cheeks flamed, not from the evening's cool air, but from the sting of public embarrassment. Excusing herself to the restroom, she left drinks half-finished, drawing sidelong glances from those around her. Inside the restroom stall, her phone buzzed incessantly with missed calls and texts from me. She didn't answer. I imagined the tightening of her chest, the sudden realization that the financial support she had counted on, the very foundation of her effortless poise, was gone. Returning to her table, she plastered on a fragile smile, but the air had shifted. The laughter no longer flowed naturally. The photos posted online fell hollow, empty gestures to preserve a facade. I didn't need to witness it myself. Mutual friends relayed every detail. That evening didn't just bruise her pride. It signaled a turning point. The next morning, a heavy silence hung over the house, thicker than any argument we'd ever had. She moved carefully, avoiding my gaze, carrying the weight of the previous night with every step. When I asked about the card, she offered a forced smile. Probably a bank error, she murmured. But I knew the truth. In the days that followed, subtle changes emerged. Her outings became less frequent. Her laughter softened, her attention more present. Conversations resumed between us, tentative at first, like walking across thin ice. Eventually, she spoke openly, confessing how much she had relied on the life I provided, how she had taken it for granted, and how the humiliation of that night had shaken her to the core. I explained that trust and respect couldn't be bought with lavish meals or designer goods. They were built on facing life together, sharing both the burdens and the joys. Tears streamed down her face as she nodded, finally grasping the consequences of her actions. That evening became a pivotal moment in our relationship. It revealed how our comfortable routines had quietly eroded the foundation beneath us. Step by step, we began to rebuild. Through open conversations, shared responsibilities, and time together free from distractions or hidden agendas. I never disclosed that I had frozen the car to test her priorities, but it no longer mattered. A relationship isn't a display of possessions or appearances. It's a commitment requiring care, honesty, and mutual respect. That night demanded a price from both of us, but it was a price worth paying. Sometimes, the harshest lessons are the ones that shatter illusions, forcing us to confront reality. In the aftermath of humiliation and the emergence of honesty, we found a chance to start anew, a chance to rebuild something real, something lasting.